What's going on, you guys? Keith Carnes here, and welcome to the episode 47, the 47th episode of Is It Real? We are getting close to the end. Remember that this series is officially going into retirement on episode 50, and I could still use one more suggestion, so if you really want to see something, now is the time to do it before I find something myself to do. Anyway, here we go. So today we're talking about a very controversial subject in the series, probably one of the most, if not the most, controversial one that I've ever covered in this series. We're talking about heaven and hell, and do they exist? Obviously, that's the whole point of this series. Rather, is it real? I mean, are they real? You know, is heaven and hell real? And we're going to talk about it a little bit here. So I'm not going to read anything because heaven and hell is pretty, self-explanatory. I mean, most people should know what it is. If they don't, well, I don't know if you should know what it is, but most people, I've never met anybody that doesn't know what it is, so I don't think I have to go read and tell you guys what heaven and what hell is. Obviously, heaven is supposedly where you go after you die if you were a good person in life, and you live out eternity in paradise with God and Jesus Christ, or depending on what kind of religion you have, but that's the main one belief there. Whereas hell is the complete opposite. You go there if you lived a terrible life, such as people like Adolf Hitler, and you go down there and you have an internal you suffer for eternity, you suffer forever, so pretty bad. So what we're going to talk about today is what people commonly believe. Now, one of the things that really confuses me about the whole heaven and hell debate is that hell is supposedly ran by the devil. The devil is supposedly bad. He's the guy that refused to be in heaven. He is quoted as saying, I'd rather rule in hell than serve in heaven, and he was casted down to hell, and he was given that power for some reason. I don't really understand why he would be given power like that. And secondly, if the devil was so bad and evil, then why is he punishing bad and evil people? Wouldn't he be rewarding bad and evil people for doing bad? I mean, it's a very, very weird and kind of a contradicting thing when you think about it, because that's a good question that I've heard people ask. It's like, well, if he's the devil, how's he bad if he's punishing bad people? I mean, isn't he kind of doing the right thing? And that's a good question, and I don't think anybody could really give you a fair, answer. Whereas heaven, you go there when you're good, and you get rewarded for leading a good life, or whatever the case. But there's just a lot of arguments. Me personally, I just don't understand why, if it's all true and we do have God and Jesus up in heaven, why would they allow hell to exist? Why would they give Lucifer the power that they gave him to have his own domain, basically to basically have his own kind of heaven, but instead it's called hell. I mean, it doesn't really make much to any sense. And another thing that doesn't make sense is, why would hell even exist if what the history has said, they said that Jesus Christ died for your sins. Well, if he died for your sins, then nobody goes to hell. Everybody's forgiven. I mean, it's a very, very controversial thing, very, very weird. I mean, I almost didn't do this because it's a very controversial thing, as I've said. There is just more questions than there is answers when it comes to religion and heaven and hell. I mean, some people believe that heaven and hell is just a complete made-up false lie just to get people to obey and stuff like that. There's different sins that you're not supposed to commit, though every sin that you're not supposed to commit, damn near all of them, you do commit just by being human, such as having impure thoughts, when you're feeling more on the frisky side, and you feel like, let's face it, when you're horny. I hate to use that word because it's just awkward saying it, but it's true. Everybody has impure thoughts. And then another one is, like, you're not supposed to lie. Everybody lies. I don't care who you are. I lie, you lie, everybody lies. I mean, there's just so many things that you're not supposed to do that you do on a regular basis because you're just human. So it's a very contradicting thing, and it's just one of those things where it's like, well, hey, if Christ died for my sins, then I don't have to do anything that I'm told to do because I'm going to be forgiven regardless. I mean, that's, I've heard people try to explain it to me, but I don't think that anybody really has the answers. I think that people that sit there and try to explain this, they're basically just trying to get you to believe what they believe, and that's really the end of it, But I don't know. I don't really know what else to say on it. I mean, this is really it. It's just a very, very controversial thing. It's a very, very complex thing. Heaven and hell, it's one of those things that we don't have any way of proving or disproving of its existence. Just like other stuff I cover, not so heavy and controversial stuff that I cover on this channel, such as UFOs, aliens, which are kind of the same thing, the Loch Ness Monster and stuff like that. These are the kind of things that you can't really prove or disprove either way, so it doesn't really... We're kind of left with a bunch of questions rather than answers. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Sorry this one was kind of short. There's just not a whole lot to go into. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and remember that this series is officially leaving. I'm not going to do it anymore after episode 50, just because I'm just running out of content. And that's really just the reason. So if you guys want to see anything, I can't stress this enough, is I have one spot open that I haven't decided what I'm going to do for, I think it's episode 49, I think. I already have, I have 2 more episodes lined up, so I need 1 more. I already know what the series finale is going to be, so it's going to be a good one, and we're going to have fun with that one. So anyway, this is Keith Carnes. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys take it easy. Thanks for all the support. It means a lot. I can't believe we're at 700 subscribers. It just means so much to me. So you guys take it easy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next.